Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lorena Creole, and of course, you know, I like to keep it real when it comes to theme parks. So this is the theme park therapy show where I just kind of get some stuff off my chest about the theme parks, but also give you guys a lot of intel about what's going on so you can plan for better trips or just pass that information on to others. Here, you get that information filtered, no agenda. My only agenda is helping you save money and time. So, if some of my theme park therapy friends drop in, come by the house, I will gladly put them in the stream here. But until then, folks, it is just you and me and so much theme park talk. So, this stream, we've actually got about two little stories I kind of want to go over, and then we'll get into the news that Disney is bringing back their dining plan. But don't get too excited yet. The dining plan is something that I've had years of experience dealing with, from when it was, amazing to, yeah, I don't know if I really want to do that. So let's see who we have here in the chat. Let's see. I see you guys starting to filter in here. And if you're watching this on a replay, thanks for dropping by. We have got Keely Chow in the chat who says, "Hey, everybody." Well, hello, and roll tide to you, my dear. One of my amazing wrenches. Without, I could not do this show. So thank you for being here. We have got Oof Goof Thar 35 in the chat. Hello, my dear. Says, "Hey there." Well, hey there. Glad you are here. And Amanda Pizzolato is here. Hello, darling. Says, "Hello. How is everyone doing today?" I am doing great because I'm here with you guys. I got some theme park dish to give you, and I'm going out on vacation in a couple of days. So I'm really doing well. Let's see. I see all you guys who are becoming members or re-upping. Thank you so much. Your membership helps me upgrade things and keep giving you guys that amazing content that you've come to expect from me. And hello, Zachariah315 says, "Howdy, Lorena in chat." Well, howdy to you, Zachariah315. Another one of my wrenches. So good to see you. And Amanda says, "Playing Dreamlight Valley right now to finish up the last day of the event." That's right. It is the last day of the event. If you play Disney Dreamlight Valley and are addicted to that game, like myself and Amanda and Chef Nation and Krista Joe and several others are, it's the last day of the Disney Park Star Path in the game. So you definitely, definitely want to do all of those tasks and get as many moonstones as you possibly can. You definitely want to finish that up. Update 5 drops next month. And yes, I will be playing that live. But also, if you're playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, I believe effective May 19th, they're doing Twitch drops again. 4 new things. They're actually spreading it out over 2 days, which I think is ridiculous, but just a heads up. Just a heads up. Millie Santos, hello, my dear, says, "I love that storm poster." Well, thank you so much. One of my subscribers, um, one of my viewers, oh gosh, Apollome's Minion. She's a truck driver. She did that. It's like little beading by hand. I let her know who my favorite Marvel character was. I actually have 2, but, Storm is the one that I absolutely love. So she did that. That is all by hand. It was so awesome when I got it. I had to put it on display. I had to put it on display. She does such amazing work, and I'm so grateful for it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Dylan C says, "Hey, Lorena. Hey, chat." Well, hello. How you doing, Dylan? Good to see you as always. Alan Copeland is here in the chat. He says, "Hey, Lorena Creole." Well, hello to you, Alan. Good to see you. Space Dave 2000 is here in the chat. Good to see you, says Hail. Jerry Mendoza is in the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see, D Nice Gamer is in the chat. Says, hail Lorena and chat. Hello. Good to see you, my dear. And Darkwing Duck says, sup, everybody. Well, good to see you, Darkwing Duck, as always. They really need to put you back in the parks. They've got all the other ducks, but I haven't seen you. Although you are in the Epcot game for DuckTales. I do know that. Yes, let's get dangerous, people. Speaking of dangerous, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna fly right out the gate with this one. First of all, 12 of you folks watching, thank you so very much, so very much. I want to remind people, when you go to the Disney parks, there was a time when people would pack their manners to go to the park. So the Magic Kingdom seems to be ground zero for a lot of these offenses. We already knew about the Raglan Road pub, but this right outside the Magic Kingdom. And I swear I told you guys a story a couple of weeks ago about how some people walk in front of people when they're getting pictures taken. I had to say, hey, cast members trying to take pictures. You maybe don't want to get in the pictures. Oh, there's Disney security. That's not the one you need. You need the plain clothes dude with the earpiece. That's what you need. Okay. So they are fighting over a Magic Kingdom photo op. There's nothing that you need to fight over. They've got it down in the lanes of the did I see OPD? Not OPD, but I thought I saw Orange County Sheriff. Yeah, over there. Yeah, CJ, that's what I call optical security. The real security folks are nondescript. They're very good at hiding in plain sight, but for those of us that are trained, we pretty much know who they are. But yeah, folks, plenty of time. You will get your pictures. Some people get a little too overexcited, kind of politely say, hey, you know, just wait. Plenty of time to get your pictures and to get your photo op. Okay. So don't be this person. You don't want to get trespassed from Disney as soon as you get there. All right. Pack your patience. It's the summer. Pack your patience. Cast members are more than willing to help you out. Everyone will get the pictures that they want. Be a good citizen. Be a good Disney citizen. Hey, CJ, says good evening. Good evening. I didn't do it. I was dead at the time. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I promise. Security. She looks like she's delivering me. You know what? Yeah. I looked. I'm like, that's who you said. Disney has some buff security. I ought to know because they always pull me. They always get me flagged to go over for secondary screening. uh, these people do not have what my parents and grandparents would call home training. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes, Space Dave 2000. It is happening far too often. A lot of it has to do with well, one, personally, how you're raised, number one. Two, anyone can snap and have a bad day, but at the same time, this is a place where it's crowded, it's hot. Some people think that because they spent all this money to go to the parks, that they should be allowed to treat people however they want. And that is not the case. It used to be, you bump into somebody, you say, excuse me, no problem, which is usually what happens. But Disney, I'm telling you, it's to the point where so much, and then people bring in their family problems and funds. You know what I'm talking about. So, folks, be good tourists when you're out. Pack your patience. You don't want to get trespassed because you know what's worse than dropping $5,000 on a Disney vacation? Bail. Just saying. Hey, Chef Nation says, good evening, beautiful people, beautiful people. Good to see you and little chef. And evening, Lonnie Holcomb says, evening, folks. Well, evening to you too. Glad you are here. This is Theme Park Therapy. Going through two little news items before we start talking about the Disney dining plan. Waiting for you guys to come on in. So here's another thing that happened today that I was quite surprised about. Now, Woody's Roundup Barbecue is a brand new restaurant over in the Toy Story section in Hollywood Studios. Sorely needed because everybody packs in over there at Woody's Lunchbox and people stalk you for your table. It's crowded over there. I mean, the food's good, the theming's great. It's just it's outside and there's not a lot of room. So this new restaurant is great for kind of taking away the crowd pressure there. But apparently the restaurant closed unexpectedly and guests were being sent to other restaurants. I have never heard of this happening at Disney before. This is supposedly due to kitchen issues. What does kitchen issues mean? I don't understand that. I know when I was at Universal with John Self, one of the vloggers on Pirates for the Pirates and Princesses site, we went to Cafe La Bamba and they weren't taking any new patrons into the restaurant because of quote unquote kitchen issues. Basically, the kitchen was backed up and they needed to start over. Think of like Gordon Ramsay in the back yelling at like the master chef, people who can't get their stuff together and orders aren't going out. So that's probably what happened there. This makes no sense considering it's a buffet and it's been open long enough. So I don't know if the kitchen issues were that they didn't have enough staff or who the heck knows what happened. But I hear it did open back up again. But this is something that should not be happening, especially with a restaurant that had enough ramp up time to open where you close the kitchen and you send everybody to other restaurants. I hope these people got comped for their time to go. I really do, because this is ridiculous. But probably more news coming in at a later date to find out what happened. Hey, Dave Cable, good to see you. Says, hey, Lorena, taking a little Zelda break. Oh, that game looks fun. Zelda, it looks fun. I want to play Zelda, but I want to play Kingdom Hearts more. So I'm watching everyone play Zelda. I'll probably play it after everybody else has. Mickey found rats. Maybe it was Rizzo the rat from the Muppet Show. I would like that though. I thought that was a place on your video game. Oh, what the Roundup barbecue? Yeah, not a place in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Although I do have lots of Toy Story stuff that's in there. I don't know if I don't think it was a fire because that would have been an evacuation. Um, roaches. Well, I kind of highly doubt that considering how new the restaurant is. Yeah. I really think that I really think the kitchen got backed up. We saw lots of roaches. We were there in February coming out of grates. Yikes. Oh, now I did see palmetto bugs coming out the bottom of the Grand Floridian. I have seen that. It's definitely health related. Even with lower staff, a sale is better than no sale. It could also be what is it that I saw in Gordon Ramsay once? When they got ingredients that were tainted, you know, like spoiled fish, or they may have gotten a bad shipment or something and couldn't use it. That could have been it too. Because I can see how that happens. You get, like, say, a batch of chicken or whatever for all your chicken dishes, and you get it delivered and it's spoiled. That just jacks you all up. But I have never seen this happen before. You think that they would have some kind of redundancy going on where they could pull that from another restaurant, but I will keep my eye on this story and let you guys know what what I found out. You're funny, Darkwing Duck. People were making jokes about, yeah, it was uh it was Andy coming by. That's when somebody poisoned the sauce hole. Somebody said, "What happened? My friend got turned away today and they didn't tell her why. She ended up going to prime time." Yeah. I'm gonna keep my eye on the story to find out what happened. But folks, so glad that you are here. The main topic of this video is, well, video. We're on live stream. We're live when I say video. Wrong script. Is that the Disney dining plans are returning now. For those of you who may not know, what if I told you that if you give Disney a certain amount of money in exchange, you're able to eat at certain restaurants? It's all included. You just pay up front, and then when you get there, you have a certain amount of meals that you can go ahead and indulge in. You don't have to worry about the cost, at least not the entire cost like you used to. But that's basically what the Disney dining plan is. And with the Wu-Tang flu, um I keep calling it the Wu-Tang flu. With the Wu-Tang flu, they suspended the Disney dining plan, which was very disappointing because for some families, they Disney would actually offer the Disney dining plan for free sometimes. And a lot of families were looking forward to that so they could book. I've been on lots of Disney budget boards where we were basically watching and stalking Disney's website to find out when free dining was offered, because next to tickets and next to your lodging, your food is the third highest cost, and it can vary. And it's also the one that you can control the most, as well. So, food and dining is a big concern, especially for people in a budget. And this was one way that people kind of help to hedge their budget. But one of the things that you have to remember, Disney is not giving anything away for quote unquote free. And when they say, hey, we have this Disney dining plan, you have to ask yourself, what's in it for Disney? And is it really in your best interest? So that's where comes in doing research. Thank you, Space Dave, for that Canadian 220 super chat, a toonie and 20 cents, or two loonies and 20 cents. Thank you. FYI, you are appreciated. Well, thank you so very, very much. I do appreciate that super chat, Super Dave. Space Dave 2000. Thank you. Thank you. That goes towards my iced coffee fund. It's getting hot in these parks, so I need that iced coffee, cold brew coffee. I say delicious. And thank you, Silent Bob 78, for subscribing. I sure do appreciate that very, very, very much. Yeah, I remember the dining plan having a lot of certain conditions to play by in order to have it work. Yes, and I have done some of those, and we're actually going to talk about that uh, a little bit later on. Dave Capel says, LOL, Disney and free like oil and water. The mouse is a hustler, which means you have to be an even bigger hustler. And I'm probably one of the biggest mouse hustlers out there. Theme park commandos, yeah, we hustle when it comes to this stuff. We suspect the mouse at every turn. Hey, Guy Scar, Bosco Scenario says hello to you all. Well, hello and hello to you. Hello to you. Got 18 folks in here. So there's a whole bunch of stuff Disney threw out, but hey, we're doing all great and everything. We're going to go to this one right here. And then I'll pop over to some other info about the plans, and then we're going to deconstruct an article from a site that has a little too much pixie dust when it comes to this Disney dining plan. And I'm going to play devil's advocate with that article. So please definitely drop your questions as you have them. So this one says bringing back our fan favorite Disney dining plans. Well, fan favorite is debatable. Time to eat. Disney plans will be coming back as an option for those staying at Disney resort hotels who purchase a vacation package with us, starting with stays beginning January 9, 2024, which will open for bookings on May 31st. You cannot just roll up into Disney World and get a dining plan like this. That's not how it works. The only way that you can get a dining plan is if you purchase a Disney package. Now, what that package is hotel room at rack rate, meaning full price, and you have to buy tickets, at least a 1-day ticket for everyone in your party. So that's the sunk cost that it comes with that Disney does not tell you. They'll tout about how this is great and it'll help with your budget. Yes and no. You have to run the numbers for yourself. But the barrier to entry is you have to have a package. Even if you're a pass holder, you still have to buy a at least a 1-day ticket and a hotel. You cannot just do hotel only. That's how that works. So, point number 1, you can only get the Disney dining plan if you book a package. Hey, Teresa, good to see you, my dear. Good to see you. We know our guests' family in particular have missed dining plans, which offer guests convenience and peace of mind for prepaying their meals and snacks. Now, when I first tried the dining plan, I bought a bunch of kids with me. We actually got the dining plan for free, and the dining plan included gratuity. So you paid one price and that was it. And we got it for free. It was me and 4 kids. All the meals, tip was included. We literally, all we did was just kick back and eat whatever we wanted. There were no limits. The dining plan for Disney has changed. Does not include the gratuity anymore. And while it says the convenience of prepaying for your meals and snacks, convenience and peace of mind, what that translates to is you give us your money ahead of time and we'll give you a discount for you giving us your money ahead of time and paying for the room at rack rate too. Affordable by Disney requires a second mortgage. In some cases, yeah, Disney can still be done on a budget, but it takes a lot of hustling, more than I used to. And yeah, you're kind of like, well, should we really do that? Is it really worth doing that? Some people are just like, no, no. And then you get some people like me who will go. And it's like we can afford to stay at places like the Polynesian, but on general principle, we don't. We all go to the value resort and chill. hmm Is that free dining plan or paid? At the moment, Disney doesn't seem to be offering a free dining plan. So this is the paid dining plan that you have to pay for. Now, here's a little secret. Not a little secret, but your girl, my history is hanging out in the Disney on a budget message boards. If bookings are down, Disney will offer free dining for certain time periods. So you have to stalk the site. They will only do that if they need to get bodies in hotel rooms and sell more packages. And that can vary. I had a travel agent at the time, the only one I trusted because I'm a control freak. She would keep an eye out for that. And before the general public knew about free dining, she would let me know about it and book me for that. So let's see. Hey, Avarice Carmageddon said they'll keep increasing price offerings less to offset their losses everywhere else. Yes, which brings me, I'll talk about this while I'm thinking about it. Way back in the days before the dark times, before the Chapek cuts and everything, when you were on the dining plan, that was it. You just said, "Hey, I'm on the dining plan." Okay, great. Everything else, everything but alcohol. You can pick your entree, you can pick your dessert, you can pick your non-alcoholic drink, which means you could get prime rib. I had steak and lobster at Narcoossee's, and I think the dining plan I was paying something like $35 a day. But when it was free, I didn't pay anything for it. So you could get anything. Now the menus, the quality of cuts has been dramatically scaled back. It is not the way that it used to. So they're charging more, but the menu has changed. So it's a lot of it is no longer those great culinary picks that you can take. It's like going from prime rib to chuck steak. Yeah, taking certain things off of the menu so you can't purchase them. Yeah, things like that. So the dining plan is a hustle, so you have to out hustle the hustler. Always, always do the math. And remember, Disney is like the casinos in Vegas. The house always wins. Keep that in mind. So guests will be able to choose from two popular options: packages that include either the Disney quick service dining plan or the Disney dining plan. Okay, so I'm going to also stop here as well. And yes, Dave Cable, the convenience and peace of mind aren't for you, it's for the mouse. Your girl has an economics degree here. Companies are not going to give you something for free. They are getting something in return, whether it's to get more people in or whatever. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it to get an economic return on it. So they're saying that there are these two popular options: the Disney quick service dining plan or the Disney dining plan. For those who don't know, there used to be three Disney dining plans. You had the quick service dining, the Disney dining plan, and the deluxe dining plan. Used to have three of those, and Meg B caught it right off the bat. Notice they did not bring back the deluxe dining plan. See, I know we're right here. So I'm going to explain what the deluxe dining plan is in a minute. So the quick service dining plan, I call that one the one where you can maximize that one as much as possible. Easy to get your money's worth. You get one quick service meal, think like cafeteria style. My favorite is the food court over at the Pop Century and the Art of Animation. You get that, and I think you get two snacks, I think. So it's like an entree, a drink, a dessert. You get a refillable mug, which you can only refill at your own resort, and you get two snacks per day. So that's very easy to your uh maximize your money, make your money go well with the quick service dining plan. I'm actually a fan of that one. I don't really care that tips aren't included because it's usually not for tipping type of service. Go in, get your food, get out. Very easy to get your money's worth. The Disney dining plan, this is the one where it's sit down meals. And I think it's two, if I'm not mistaken. You get two sit down meals. So with the sit down meals, you'll get, a non alcoholic drink, entree, and dessert. You can also use for the Disney dining plan, you can also use those sit down credits for buffets, especially character buffets. Now here's where you can kind of hustle this a little bit. If you have small children with you who love princesses or characters, if they do not change this, you're able to use those sit down dining credits for a buffet. You go to the buffet, you get that, you get the interaction with the characters, you get the autographs, and that is one less line that you have to stand in, especially for the princess ones, like at Akershus. What is it? Like 5 princesses, no waiting, and you get food. Boom, done. So that's a good plan to have. The other one, which was the deluxe plan, which was my absolute freaking favorite, it came with alcohol. I think you got 3 meals a day, plus drink, alcoholic drink if you wanted to, appetizer, and dessert. There's some restaurants where you needed more than one sit down credit. So you could combine the two to go to like a signature restaurant. So it's a lot, but it will give you the opportunity to actually go experience some higher quality restaurants, the signature restaurants, for a more reasonable price if it fit with your budget and how you like to eat. But as you see right here, the deluxe dining plan is not coming back, and it makes me wonder why that is. Are they going to go back to forcing you to only have, 2 meals with an appetizer and a drink? And I think it's is it 2 I think it's 2 snacks as well. But the fact that they're no longer offering the deluxe plan kind of worries me because I think that they're going to up the Disney dining plan by a lot more money. Now, I will say this, economy of scale, kind of like a long-winded thing. The longer you stay, the less money Disney makes off of you with respect to food with this Disney dining plan. If you're there for like more than a week, like 10 days, you're not really paying that much for park admission, but you're making out gangbusters when it comes to food. Jeremy Noza said, "Is there a restaurant with Mickey Mouse?" Yes, there are several. There's Chef Mickey. There's the Cape May Cafe buffet that is over in the Beach Club Hotel. Chef Mickey's is in the Contemporary. So those are the two that I definitely know. For sure. Avers Carmageddon says Walt Disney World is down in attendance. That is true. They're offering lots of cheaper tickets for local residents and annual pass holders. Desperation by Disney. And I'm very glad that you brought that up because unlike with Disneyland, Florida's huge. And Disney World, their economic model is based on people coming from out of the state and out of the country to come to Disney World. It is not based on the local economy, which is kind of more of what Universal Orlando is like. They're mostly reaching out to the local, so it's more of a local friendly park. Disney only cuts tickets prices for Florida residents when they need the money and they want to entice you to come out and visit. Now, if you're local to Orlando, it's not a problem. If you're an hour away, that's not a problem. But if you live like in Floribama, like in Pensacola or the Redneck Riviera, or you live in Miami, that's like a 3 to 4 hour car drive to get to Orlando. You got to pay all that gas money. Are you really going to do that? But they're going to try to entice you. They really are. So I would say you are going to see some fire sales coming out of Disney, probably on the same level as what happened. Not as bad as the pandemic, but it'll be kind of close. It'll be kind of close. I'm seeing discounts on Disney merchandise at the parks, which is something you would rarely see. So make sure you're watching my live streams when I'm in the parks because I'm paying attention to the sale signs at at the parks. I'm not willing to drive 15 minutes to go downtown. Well, it's 2 hours for me. Well, 90 minutes from St. Augustine. Yeah, that's still not that's still not really bad. But you're talking like 3 hours or something like that. Oh my gosh, it's just something. Yeah, something else. So let's see. Avarice Carmageddon says, sounds amazing to have steak and lobster and free non alcoholic drinks. The pre dark times, I'd want prime steak over chuck steak. Yes, yes, the pre dark times. I'm telling you, there were some meals, especially at Le Cellier, the steakhouse in the Canada Pavilion. Whew, good stuff. I mean, top quality cuts of steak. Ugh, it's delicious, delicious. The gold potatoes. You get the chocolate mousse, which is like a chocolate cake that looks like a Canadian mousse, and they bring it out. Creme brulee, like real creme brulee. They set that sucker on fire next to your table. I mean, great dining experiences because when I was a kid, my family couldn't afford to do, sit down meals. So for myself, having a sit down meal at a Disney park, that's like a pleasure. Well, the quality is gone down the way that it used to be. But back in the day, this dining plan was definitely worth it and it had value. That was the thing. It had value. If you're paying a premium price, you expect to get premium food, kind of food choice. Great advice. Out hustler the hustler, and the house always wins. Disney always wins. Yeah, you keep that. You keep that in mind. I tell people there's one thing you have to remember when it comes to Disney. Disney's job is to separate you from your money as quickly as possible by any means necessary. That is what they will. That is what they will do. Meg B says we used to hustle the deluxe for sure. I hear you, especially pre kids, one character buffet, and then one 2 point meal. Never had a credit left. I hear you. Meg, were you like me where you had like a spreadsheet or something, or you had like all of your meals, which one was 1 point, which one was 2 points, the snack credits. Although at the end of the trip, I was always getting the Rice Krispie Mickey bars because you could exchange those for snack credits and we get like a ton of those coming back, but had every single meal planned. So you didn't waste a credit at all. See, you got a plan. That's another way to hustle the mouse, planning. Disney is banking on you not planning so they can take you for as much as they could possibly get. Disney to discount merch, the world must be ending. Disney I know around Christmas time, they used to have these incentive sales. Like if you bought like $50 in merchandise, you get like a free blanket. I got like about five of those things. It would be things like that. It was gift with purchase, which you could kind of understand. But yeah, I keep seeing discount signs everywhere, and that is not normal for Disney. There's fake creme brulee. Yes, CJ, there is. I've had some nasty fake creme brulee. So every time I get creme brulee, I get a spoon and I tap it. And if I don't hear that like crunchy sound, send it back. That's not creme brulee. That's some fake crap. Or to be funny, me and my friends call it creme brulee. Hey, Amanda, got to take the dog on a walk. We'll see you again if you're still streaming when I get back. If not, have a great evening. Well, you have a great evening as well, my dear, as well. Hey, Steeg says, hi there, Lorena. Hope you are well. I am doing well and good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing good. Dave Cable says Canada was a little pricey for me. The most expensive I do was the coral reef. A little friendly advice, and this is just from me. I was not impressed with the coral reef. I don't know what it is. The food used to be better, so I'd kind of skip that. Canada is expensive, but the Le Cellier Steakhouse is amazing. I don't like that they have made Le Cellier two sit down credits. It used to just be one, and they made it into two. It's not worth two. It's at least worth one, but it's not worth two. The Yachtsman Steakhouse and the Yachts Club, that is definitely worth two. And that's like what Le Cellier used to have. Meg B says, yes, 100% me. I am called out. Ha ha. I may have to dig up some of my old plans. I literally would have a spreadsheet with all the dining credits because I'm like, if I'm giving you money, guess what? I'm keeping track of all of it so I can maximize what it is that I want to do. If I'm paying, to get that buffet at Ohana, you dang well better believe I'm getting a reservation right around when the fireworks happen. That's how I do. So, last one here. Both plans will be a great value for families with young children with access to many spectacular food and beverage offerings across the world, across the Walt Disney World. Okay, now I'm going to prognosticate here a little. I am not saying that this will happen, but I want you to be prepared in case this does happen. Kids under 3 can already eat for free. Number one. Number two, there's a child price if your kid is between 3 to 9 years old. So here's what I'm thinking. Disney may try to lower the price for the 3 to 9-year-old, but jack up the price for adults. I would not put it past them to do that. So anytime Disney starts saying great value, especially the Disney of now, you should be hearing the red alert in your head. I highly suspect that they are going to increase the prices on these to price people out. I don't think that they're going to give you a cheaper price. This is an article for about a couple years ago about the Disney dining plan. So here's the entry level dining plan here. So this is a quick service. So this is the one that I actually like. Your party, you get 2 quick service meals and 2 snack credits per night of your stay. And it costs $55 per night per adult and $26 per child aged 3 to 9. You can always get your money's worth out of these. I love it. You go to like the deluxe resorts and use their quick service dining instead. The food is usually better unless you happen to be at Pop Century or Art of Animation. Their food courts, I'm telling you, the food courts are great. Hello, Molecular Arts. Says long time no see. Absolutely, it has indeed been a long time. It has indeed been a long time. I identify as a billionaire. Give me my money. I self-identify as 2 years old. Then you should see the amount of people who are just like, no, they're 9 years old. They're not 10. They're 9 years old. Has Disney stiffed your travel agent, Lorena? I am not sure. I do know that my travel agent stopped being a Disney travel agent. I want to say right about a year before I left to move down here. So she stopped in 2019, and it kind of made me sad, but she kept expressing how frustrating it was for her to serve her clients and how Disney just was not helpful the way that they used to be. So she stopped being a travel agent. And I understand there's some travel agents who were just like, I can't promote this as a good value to my clients anymore. So, oh, here's another secret. You will see some websites and some streamers, they're like really big. They're sponsored by Disney travel agents, like travel agents that specialize in Disney travel. So with me, just me and my hard-earned money, because I know what it's like to put your hard-earned money out and you don't get anything back. So, as I said before, the quick service dining plan is definitely something that you can get your money's worth. Right now, it's $55. Don't be surprised if that goes up. Then there's a standard one, standard Disney dining plan, one quick service meal credit, one table meal service credit, and two snacks per day. So easy gets quick service meal. Don't blow it on breakfast. Get like a use snack credit for breakfast. You can get like a sweet or eggs and coffee. Those do count as snacks. You can do that as well. And Oreo Beagle, thank you for that $2 super chat. No message. If you meant to put a message, please let me know. Thank you so much for that $2. I surely do appreciate it. And I don't think I've seen you in my chat. So welcome. Welcome. Glad to see you. And let's see the standard price. Let's see the standard plan is $78.01 per adult and $30.51 per child per night. So I wholeheartedly expect that price to go up. They may make this price go down to make it a quote unquote special value, or they might get rid of the kid price entirely and just jack up the adult price. Who knows? Who knows what kind of creative accounting Disney is cooking up? But I will tell you that when this package is announced, I do not believe it's really going to be in your favor, in the consumer's favor. Let's put it that way. But you always have to do the math because sometimes this plan works out for others, for some, and not so much for others. Then the deluxe Disney dining plan. This is the one they got rid of. Okay. Get two snacks per night, but you get 3 meal credits per night. So you can use quick service or table service. A lot of flexibility in there. $119 per adult per night and $47.50 per child per night. It includes taxes, but not the tip. So when this was a value, it included the tip, but it doesn't have a tip anymore. So they're getting rid of the deluxe Disney dining plan, which makes me wonder again, what are they going to replace it with? Well, they're not replacing it. How are they going to recoup that and how are they going to restructure the new dining plan? So that information is going to get released March 31st. But what I wanted to do is give you guys some background about the Disney dining plan, what's offered, what the hustle is, because there's always a hustle. And if you are going to use the Disney dining plan next year, how to get your money's worth. My best advice that I give people is do not give Disney your money unless you have to. All of the menus for the Disney dining locations are on Disney's website. So take some time, look at the menus, look at the average price, draw yourself up a budget for you and your family and see if the dining plan does or does not work for you. The good thing about not giving Disney your money ahead of time is if you decide to skip a meal or you decide to say, hey, we're going to go outside the Disney bubble and go eat, Disney doesn't have your money, all your money. So you're not losing anything. So I say make your own budget, get like a separate savings account or checking account to put that money in and to keep it separate specifically just for dining. Now, if you decide, hey, I want that dining plan, I think you can get it added to your package within, I think, 3 days of arrival. Because one time I had the package added, I think a week before I arrived, and my travel agent just added it, and I just paid the difference to Disney right then, right then and there, and it was to cover a couple of signature meals around Christmas. Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Around Christmas, prices for all the buffets and stuff go up. So the dining plan can actually save you as you're locked in for now, or what I think is going to happen. You're locked in at that lower rate. So you avoid the inevitable food upcharge that they do during Christmas and Easter. So that's something else to keep in mind. So with that, I say get yourself a separate savings account. Find out how much it is to feed everyone per day, and save that money off for yourself. If you're worried that you're going to spend it, get a Disney gift card and put it on the gift card. You can get Disney gift cards at Target. You can do that. Um, Breakfast burritos, I don't know. I haven't seen one or actively like looked for one, so I'm not really sure. Not really sure. So this is an article from Disney Food Blog, and they're saying why you should definitely buy the Disney dining plan in 2024. So I'm going to play the devil's advocate with this article, because on general principle, I usually do not advise anyone to buy the Disney dining plan until you have sat down and did the math and find out if it's beneficial for you. Not only just doing the math, but you also need to keep in mind what your touring plan is. If you're a touring commando, you don't have 2 or 3 hours to take out of your day for a sit down meal. You don't. You're basically eating on the go, trying to get quick service meals, eat, get done, out. So you have to take into account your touring preference as well. So we already talked about the basics about the Disney dining plan. So it's going to be available to add on to vacation packages in 2024 for stays starting January 9th of 2024. And you can start booking them May 31st of this year. Ooh, I do like Steakhouse 71 in the Contemporary. I've eaten there. The food prices are not that bad at all, and I actually like the food there. It's very calming. It seems more like it seems more like a restaurant in LA than at Disney, which is good. If you are doing any kind of remote work, that's a great place to go and actually have lunch. So that's all the stuff about the dining plan. So, reasons you should buy the dining plan. You enjoy convenience. So, since it's prepaid, you don't have to think about the out of pocket costs when you dine. That is a trap. You do need to consider out of pocket costs when you dine. Let's say you have the Disney dining plan. Let's say you've got a family of four. Let's say you have a couple of little ones that are there with you. They look around at a table, they see a little kid who's got this drink and it's got like this flashy Tinkerbell clip on it. And guess what? They want that drink too. It's not included in the dining plan, and you're going to have to pay extra for it. And I believe it's about $10 right now. That is an out of pocket cost. What if you're at one of my favorites, Kona Cafe in the Polynesian, and you decide you want a lapu lapu, aka rum punch in a pineapple? You want to get that, you want a Mai Tai, you just want all of these drinks. Guess what? That's extra. That is out of pocket. You have to keep that in mind. Also, the dining plan does not include tip. Guess what? You need to keep track of that. I'm a big proponent of tipping your server, especially if you've got a server that goes above and beyond. I mean, I really haven't had a bad cast member. They usually go above and beyond. I usually tip them more than the regular, usually 20% when I'm on vacation. You have to really screw up to get less than 20%. But because it's not included in the dining plan, that is another out of pocket costs that you need to consider. So while it is convenient, it's not a set it and forget it, because I can't tell you how many families will say, "Hey, I'm on the dining plan." And then at the end of the meal, they'll get the bill and they're like, "What's this tip that I got to pay for? What's this alcohol I have to pay for?" That is an out of pocket cost that you need to consider. They are tipping, you're supposed to tip based on the value of the meal itself. So a good rule of thumb I tell people is, if you're make up a budget, get about a 20% number. That's how much you're going to have to wind up paying in tips, not included. So the next one is, you can choose from a huge variety of restaurants all over the Disney World theme parks, hotels, Disney Springs, and beyond. Yes and no. Some restaurants do not take the Disney dining plan. So Disney on their site will usually have a list of all of the restaurants that accept the Disney dining plan. That is something that you definitely want to study, because you don't want a surprise when you want to go to a certain restaurant and guess what? They do not take the Disney dining plan. I don't think Patina Group takes the Disney dining plan. Um, I want to say, yeah, Jerry Minoz. I was just about to say that. Like at Disney Springs, Morimoto Asia, they don't. Um, Chef Art's Homecoming, they do. I don't believe they do. So you have to double check and make sure that the restaurants you want to dine at accept the Disney dining plan. I think the restaurants in the Swan and Dolphin, I don't think that they do. I don't usually eat over at the Swollen, so I don't know for sure. So there's a lot of variety of restaurants because of Disney, but it is not every restaurant. So that's another thing that you need to keep in mind. So when you do the dining plan, don't think that it's every restaurant on Disney property. That is not true. So double check that. There's enough, but also keep in mind there's some restaurants that are more popular than others. So make sure you have a backup plan about where you want to eat as well. So here's one who says the list of when it was previously offered. So you see like all the resorts here, and none of them, you know what? Well, I'm talking, you guys are not listening. I'm talking out of the right one. So here's a quick service ones that you can go to. Here's Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom. So those are the quick service. These are the table service. So if you look here at the table service, none of these hotels are like the Hilton, the Four Seasons, the Waldorf Astoria, the Dolphin Hotel, the Swan Hotel, the Reserve. Those are not included on this particular list. So you cannot use the dining plan there. Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants in Disney World. I mean, eating at Disney World is an attraction in itself. That's my thing. Is going to the Disney restaurants and just dining, because it's something I didn't get to do as a kid. My parents couldn't really afford it was like, okay, eat before you go. Okay, great. Eat before we go. And then if we did eat there, it was usually quick service, like oh my gosh, like the Starlight Cafe or the turkey legs or turkey leg cart, Pecos Bills, which had like the build your own hamburgers and stuff at the time, and Casey's. So those were places that we would wind up eating. But like the sit down restaurants, which I love because I can get away from a ton of people and it's hot outside, I'm just in the restaurant chilling and getting away from people. And that's a big thing for me and my family. We like going to the restaurants, we like ordering the food, taking pictures of the food, enjoying ourselves and just relaxing and having the food brought to us. But that's a priority for me. So if dining is a priority for you, this is something you definitely want to check into. Dining at Disney is wonderful, and where I first learned what disrespectful food was was like. So see, here's the restaurants here at the Magic Kingdom, at Epcot. So you can see where all they are. Oh, Chef Art's a Homecoming does take it. Okay. Morimoto Asia, table service credit for lunch only. That's important. You can only use it for lunch. Okay. See, I learned something new today. And here's all the character dining. This is from last time. This hasn't been updated yet. So once it's updated, I will definitely let you guys know. Let's see. Yeah, you have to choose how you use your meal credits wisely. That's why I say plan, plan, plan. That's part of the hustle. The way to hustle back against the mouse is to plan, study everything. Have your plan together. And of course, yes, now this I do agree with wholeheartedly. And again, those of you who are going to Disney with young children, or you just love going to character meals, you can definitely use the dining plan for the character meals. I've done that. When I took my nieces and nephews, we did, I think, like 5 character meals and got all their autographs and everything ahead of time. Even though I paid 2 credits to dine in Cinderella's castle for Cinderella's royal feast, we got all of those princesses autographs. They spend more time because they come to your table and they spend more time with you and they interact with you and all that cool stuff. So that was actually worth it. So if you're a character meal addict, then yes, the Disney dining plan will work for you in that case. But again, run the math. Yeah, this is from Cinderella's Royal Table. Okay, Cinderella's Royal Table it's expensive. It really is, but you get to dine in the castle. I mean, I really cannot overemphasize how gorgeous it is to be able to eat in there. And I've actually sat at this table over here, I think. Maybe it's this one. That's like a two-seater table, and it has the perfect view of the carousel. So it's pricey, but I will tell you it's pricey but worth it. I think it includes the pictures. I think it does. I'll have to go back and check. Some of these places I need to go back and check because it's been a couple of years. But last time I went, they took the photos and you got the photos. Oh, wait, no. I think it's freaking PhotoPass now. Okay, never mind. They took that away. But still, you get to interact with all of the Disney princesses, and they have, wishing stars. If you have sons, or they don't like, or your girl doesn't like a wand, you can get a sword. Yes, indeed. At least I hope they still do that, because that was actually pretty cool. And the food is actually pretty good. I have not had a bad meal. I had like brioche French toast, but it was delicious. It was so good. It was so good. So Cinderella's Royal Table, which I'm gonna have to make another visit there eventually. That's one of my favorite places to eat, and you can actually use your credits there. So it says you love steak. Read, you can maximize the value. Again, you love steak. However, the cuts are not the way that they used to be. So if you want the next level cuts of steak, you're going to have to go to the signature restaurants like Tiffin's, like the Yachtsman Steakhouse, like Citricos, Narcoossee's. Which other one has a signature one? I think those are the ones, and there's, oh man, I think is it Sanaa? I don't know, but they're the upscale signature restaurants, the ones that require two credits. So you can love steak all you want, but depends on what cut of steak that you want. Because if you go to, like, say, Kona, unfortunately, I have to say that was some of the most fatty chuck steak I've ever had, and I was like, no, I could have passed on that. So if you are a steak lover, you're going to have to go directly for the signature restaurants if you care about the cut of your steak. If you don't care about it, the regular dining plan will work for you. See, that's a Steakhouse 71. Well, that's new. Okay. And alcohol is included on the Disney dining plan for now. The last time I did visit and did use the Disney dining plan, and I used the deluxe plan, I was allowed to purchase alcohol. However, here is the caveat, okay? You are restricted to certain alcoholic beverages. You can't, like, get a bottle of Moet. You can't get a bottle of Dom included with your Disney dining plan. No, you can't get that. Over in Kona Cafe in the Polynesian, I was real pissed when I found out that I could not get a Lapu Lapu with my alcoholic beverage included with the dining plan. I could pay extra for it, which I did anyway because it was good. But there's certain alcoholic drinks that you have to pay the upcharge on. So when you get the menu, again, you can get all the menus online. If that information is free, use it to your advantage. You can find out what is offered and what is not offered, so there aren't any surprises. And not that it's alcohol, but we'll just go back to dining with children as well. If you have picky eaters or stuff that they like, that helps you make your decision about what restaurants to go to. Some kids are just really really picky. Some just don't care. Also, when it comes to allergies, yes, Disney is very good about that, about dietary restrictions and all that. Just let them know when you make reservations. Also, when you check in, let them know. They take food allergies extremely seriously. You are not imposing when you ask about stuff like that. And also, alcohol is expensive in Disney World, really. I would say if you're going to get alcohol at Disney, make sure it's someplace with a lot of really good specialty drinks like Tambu Lounge in the Polynesian. That's my favorite. I like Tambu Lounge. Tambu Lounge. There's one in, oh my gosh, what is that one? There's one in the Grand Floridian. I walk by it, but I don't go in there. I go in Tambu Lounge because it's just laid back and lots of drinks. And after two Lapu Lapus, you're invisible. I'm just saying. Not gonna say how I found that out. John Self says Walt Disney World is awesome about allergies and diets. Chef will come out to help. Yes, for a period of time, I had to watch the salt that was in my diet, and I let them know that. And when I made my reservation, also when I check in, they will proactively ask you about allergies. They will when you check in, they will when you're seated. Also, your server will also ask about allergies as well. And yes, I did ask about sodium, and one of the chefs came out to talk to me to find my concerns. Well, to field my concerns and point me to some of the selections on the menu, and also some that they could have customized in the back. So that was awesome. Disney's awesome about that. Yes, Enchanted Rose, John Self. Thank you. Yes, the Enchanted Rose. I do love the bars in the Outer Rim bar in the Contemporary. Just nice. Also great places to work if you're a telecommuter. Just saying. Just saying. Ooh, and I love Chicken Guy. Oh my gosh. Chicken Guy is so underrated. That's Guy Fieri's. That place is never quiet. And the food is so good. It's so good. And okay, yes, there are snacks. Lots of snacks. Snack credits, you can get your money's worth. So I do agree with this. There's lots of serious snacks. However, only up until a certain price point can you use your snack credits from the Disney dining plan to purchase snacks. Remember when I talk about how Disney is the ultimate hustler? It's like, hey, we got all these snacks you can get, except for these over here. So when you are at the parks, I was hoping to get to see it, but when you're at the parks and they have like the menu up, you'll see like a Disney dining plan symbol next to things. Those are the kind of snacks that you can use your Disney dining plan to purchase. So some specialty things are not on the Disney dining plan. And I think if it's something over $7.99, I believe, something like that, that you can't use the Disney dining plan for that. Snacks can be stuff like this, Dole Whips. It can be um, side dishes. It can be funnel cake. It can be sweet potato fries. Um, I've used a snack credit for scrambled eggs at breakfast. I've used snack kit credit for fries. Um, the snack credits are probably most flexible. And yes, this is the logo that you're looking for. So if it doesn't have that logo, guess what? You're paying out of pocket. And if you have questions, please do ask the cast members. They will be more than happy to let you know. And yeah, John Self, I was actually talking about this a little bit earlier. For breakfast, my family, we would use snack credits at breakfast, like eggs and what the heck is it? Like eggs and a bagel or eggs and a cinnamon roll. That was one of our favorite things to get, like cinnamon rolls or croissants. We'd have our refillable mug to get coffee with, and that's how we would hustle it. That's how we would do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes you have leftover snacks, and I don't know if they still have them now because I haven't checked. We would purposely use those for the Rice Krispie Treat Mickey bars because we'd bring them home, and then it kind of like extended our vacation out a lot. So it was fun. Avers Carmageddon, Victoria and Alberts for top steak too. Absolutely. I just haven't been able to go to Victoria and Alberts yet, but yes, definitely Victoria and Alberts. Absolutely. What about pancakes? Pancakes are not considered a snack. They're considered an entree. That's why I tell people don't burn your meal credits at breakfast unless it's a buffet. Unless it's a buffet. Just pay out of pocket if you really really want those like pancakes and scrambled eggs and stuff like that. The Polynesian Captain Cooks has the best they have the best quick service breakfast. Just saying. Get your Tonga toast. Let's see. And yes, you get a refillable resort mug. You do, but this is not the reason to get the Disney dining plan. Here's why. You can buy a refillable mug at your resort without using the dining plan. I think the reusable mug is now about a little bit over $20. I think the last time I had one, it was included in my dining plan, but they were selling them for $19.99. So basically, you pay one price. They do the same thing over at Universal. You get this collectible mug, and you can refill it with whatever beverages you want from your resort. From your resort. Remember that, at your resort for the length of your stay. So it's very easy to get your money's worth. I would use this for like coffee, tea, soda, all kinds of stuff. You get one of those carabiner clips and clip it onto your bag and keep that with you. Thank you. $22 for 14 days. I knew it went up. I knew it went up. Can be used at any. I thought that they had stopped that because there's an RFID chip in it. Have you tried that, John Stuff? I heard they changed it where you can only use your refillable mug at your resort, which is why they put RFID chips in it. You tell me. I do know that there were some people who were using like 2-liter bottles at Pop Century to put soda in. Yeah, I did see that. Nope, did that last trip. Oh, okay. 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 I didn't like bringing my cups with me anyway. Thanks for letting me know that. I didn't like bringing my cups with me anyway. So I never tried it at another resort. But so that's good to know. So if you have your refillable resort mug, bring it with you. Bring it with you. And again, you can pay $22. $22 and get the mug on your own. Very, very easy to get your money's worth. With that, I say pay out of pocket, but that's just me. That's just me. Hey, Stunt Rat 777 Smith says, hi, Lorena. Hugs, girlfriend. For hugs to you too. So glad to see you here, my dear. Dropping some tips and knowledge with respect to the Disney dining plan. Disney has said that, oh, hold on a second. Whether you're staying at a particular hotel or not. Okay. All right. $21.99. All right. So just letting some folks know here about the new Disney dining plan. Not new Disney dining plan. The fact that Disney is actually going to be releasing the dining plans again, there's changes that are coming. The main change that we know is that instead of 3 dining plans, we're now down to 2 dining plans. And I believe that they're actually going to have a price hike coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, that. But a lot of those tips that I have been telling you, this site that I have linked in the description box is nowsavers.com. I have used this site ever since I started planning Disney trips. I've used this site for over a decade. If you are a crazy commando planner like me, you want to save money, you need information because information is money saved. Mousesavers.com is a great site to go through. They have stuff for Disney World, Disneyland. I'm actually using them to plan a Disneyland trip for next year. Stuff for Universal, other Florida parks and attractions. But the most important thing is Disney dining plan tips and tricks. So you can save money with the dining plans and still have plenty of food at the restaurant you want if you plan ahead and use the options carefully. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, is that with the dining plan, Disney wants you to fork over that money in advance. They're touting it as a discount, although you're paying rack rate on your room, and you're paying for at least a one day ticket in exchange. So you have to understand the game in order to play it successfully. And the Disney dining plan really is a game, honestly. It is. So there's great tips here. Like I said, I have the link in the description box of the video. Definitely check out mousesavers.com. Definitely sign up for their newsletter. I've been getting their newsletter for over 10 years. So much great information. And I got to give it up for the people who run this site. They have made a lot of my Disney trips helpful. Even when I had a travel agent, I still use this site. I still use this site, and in my Disney my bargain frugal Disney group, we would comb Mouse Savers all the time. Hello, of Positive Fandom. I see you there. Thank you so very much for that 99-cent super sticker. A diamond. I love it, my dear. Thank you so, so, so very much. Folks, if you're not subscribed to Positive Fandom, you need to. She's got all kinds of live streams, videos. She is live streaming. She's got a series live streaming Jedi Lone Survivor. And she was also streaming Hogwarts Legacy when that came out. So definitely subscribe to her channel. And of course, you can catch her on my channel for Toxic Male Appreciation and the both of us over on the Burn Network for Ladies of the PGS on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern. So great seeing you. Great seeing you, my dear. So, yep. So those are just kind of like some tips and tricks and some info about the Disney dining plans. So when they come back online for you to book for next year on May 31st, you're forearmed with some information. There's some people who like to do the Disney dining plans because they're just like, you know what, I just want to pay for it and not think about it. And that's completely your prerogative. Some people are just like, you know what? I do not want to give Disney that much money up front. I'm just gonna save, make myself a budget, put it on gift cards, and pay that way. That is okay too. The important thing is that information is free. So definitely read what's available. Make sure the dining plan fits with the way you're touring the parks as well before you make that decision. Remember, Disney's job is to separate you from your money as quickly as possible by any means necessary. And the dining plan is no exception, I tell you. All right, people. I think that is going to do it for this edition of Theme Park Therapy. If you have any further questions about the Disney dining plan, drop them in the comment section. As soon as the Disney dining plan the new details are released, May 31st, I'll probably be doing a video or live stream. Maybe we'll see what happens. That's like right when I get back, right when I get back from a vacation. I will let you all know because my job on this channel, like I say, keep it real when it comes to theme parks. That's what I do because it's your hard-earned money, and the less money you have, the more time you need to invest in finding out just what's going on and what's available and what is out there. Stunt Brat 777 says Lorena love toxic male streams, but not Tom Cruise. Just saying, LOL. Well, Positive Fandom and I are going to have a very interesting toxic male appreciation stream in about 2 weeks. All I will say is it's Disney related. And it's a subject that I was actually talking to her about, and she kind of helped coax out of my brain. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, folks. Well, as always, it has been so much fun hanging out with you guys, sharing some Disney knowledge, finding some Disney knowledge that I didn't have. So, thank you, John Self, for being in the chat. Of course, he's a food blogger, so he's got much more up to date information than I do. So, thank you for letting me know so I could stand very, very, very corrected. Make sure you all hit that like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.